Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Darius Geis, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, Newton. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 10. Touchdown. 66.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 3rd down, Fields. It's complete to Williams. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. first down. This is Geis. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a second and long.
Here we go. 60 yards. Walk time. Tight end right. Watch that. 40. Alert. Yeah, Jim. He's coming in motion. Hey.
From the gun, Fields. Is complete to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Great. 55, Mike 55. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 8. 55, Mike.
From the gun, here's Newton. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Go.
Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's it, buddy. 55. And watch the screen. Watch the screen. Rush in. 8. Rush in.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. And it's second down.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Great. 55. Mark 55. Come on. Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll run with Geis, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Panthers nothing.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Geis on the counter. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Man, I got you.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check. Katie. Check. 55. Come on. Let's go, D. Out. 20.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Let's go now. Come on, this is bad. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And I'm coming out.
Here's Geis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 36-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
I'm coming.
Second and 5. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Quick dad. Look, quick.
On first and 10, Fields. That's complete to Smith. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Set, ready. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go, D.
On third down, Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a first and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
check. 59, 59.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
From the gun on third down. Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Oh, here we go. Gun. 55 is my guy, 55. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
To throw is Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
This is Geis. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, Geis. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Check the backer, check the backer.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Mike. Check 55, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Great.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the 50, Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Newton now to throw. He finds Roberts, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Here we go. 180. Check 45 to Mike.
You gonna see me in your nuts, son.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Inside give to Arma, the fullback. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Falcons' 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Now Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch the pad. 55's mine.
Now on second and 16. Newton, he's going to look deep for more. And my goodness, another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
I know he ain't got it.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Chance.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. 3rd down, here's Geis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Darius Geis, 90. 7 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Falcons 34. Panthers nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. McCaffrey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the 47.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Newton now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. On the ground, it's Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He pitches it out. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 4-yard line.
Gun. Let's go.
From his goal line here, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
What is it? I'm gonna run you over. Great. Run you over.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 85.
Hey, what is it?
Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And it's taken in at the 9. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Geis. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And some room to maneuver. Trump taking it right down Broadway. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.